Hey guys, so I thought I'd do a little tutorial about Utkatasana, the fierce pose. One of you asked me for this a while ago and I haven't forgotten, so here it is. I personally love this pose. I never used to. I don't think any of us ever used to love this pose. It's quite challenging in the legs, and before you actually strengthen the legs, this can be a pose that is very difficult because we take the body's weight out of the bones into the muscles by creasing into the hip, the knee and the ankle joints. So all of the lower body has to switch on to hold the weight. We have a nice firm foundation, 2 feet together, almost a square foundation, reminding us that this is an earthy pose. Okay, there's a lot of earth, muladhara and mulabandha connection in this pose. So one of you asked me, why do we get told to push our heels down? When I do that, my toes lift off. Obviously you don't need this cue, and other people might, as they bend into the legs and the back chain of the legs shortens or contracts, this might actually cause their knees to lift off the floor. Their heels to lift off the floor. So that's for those. Of course you want your toes and your heels equally grounded and pressing. This draws energy up the legs that act like it's one giant leg, one super unit, squeezing together. Helps the energy to kind of squeeze up and concentrate in the region of the bandhas. Much like downward dog is also a hip flexion pose. You can get a really good deep feeling of your exhalation in this position. So I personally love Utkatasana because it has this 2 opposition forces. It's like a mighty symbol of apana and prana working at the same time. A visual. We can see and feel upward and downward forces. And it's beautiful. We expand in the upper body and we contract in the lower body. So we exaggerate the 2 sides of the breath and the 2 feelings in the body. So we've already spoken about the lower body. Once this is fixed and firm, I don't actually mention all this kind of lower spine, tailbone tipping stuff in Utkatasana. The pose is a back body strengthener. It's also for me a chest opener. So the back is kind of neutral, but I do lift the chest upwards. Okay, so extension through the thoracic to be able to get my arms up in space. If I don't do this and I just hang out here, it's very uncomfortable for the shoulder joint. Okay, so lifting the sternum to give space and freedom for the rib cage and the shoulders to come upwards. This also allows the cervical spine to mobilize so you can then take the head back, gaze up, the eyes. Another thing I do to comfortably get my head in a position where I can see behind my thumbs, something which we do in Utkatasana, in Warrior 1, also the eagle arms here, is pressing the elbows forward in space, to help bring the head back. So mobilizing the shoulders forward in space, so the neck has got more room. What else can I say about this pose? The Ashtanga version is definitely not this version, okay, that you might see in a vinyasa or a power class, which is trying to hold the body, the torso and the arms in a straight line. Strong, like knitting in of the front ribs here, which is not, in my opinion, what we're doing in Ashtanga. It's also really hard. Okay, that's the kind of thing you want to be doing in pincha, in handstand, not necessarily in your Utkatasana. So, I hope that helped. Contact me if you have any questions or any thoughts, and enjoy your fierce pose.